Hey everyone, Brandy Heinen here, and welcome to this small piece from the Virtuoso experience, a part called Powerful Life Principles, and we sure hope it makes a big difference for you in your personal life as well as your business life. And if you'd like to reach out to us, there's some information at the very end. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining us. Number 7, 3 steps to reconciliation. Many years ago, I came up with this formula. It's a unique formula, and it helped me with a partnership issue that I was dealing with. I had been asked by the board of directors to come in and deal with some partners in a firm, and the board of directors had been working with these partners for 8 months, and they were still at a stalemate. So they asked me to come in and do some work. In less than 3 hours, they had broken through some of the challenges that they needed to break through to come to reconciliation. And a member of the board came to me and said, "What is your formula? In fact, we're going to assign somebody from our organization to learn your formula so that we can use it for ourselves." And I said, well, first of all, there is a formula, but you can't just take it and do with it what you will. You have to be willing to engage in the emotional side of this. And he said, "Oh, I don't know if we're willing to do that." And so, of course, they stayed stuck. But the two people that had broken through it as a partnership continued on their path to reconciliation for many years to come. These are the 3 steps that I have found that helps reconcile relationships. Number 1 is recognition, meaning owning what is so. What did you do? What are you doing that's damaging the relationship? Number 2, accountability, meaning be answerable for your part. Just say, "Look, I recognize that I've been a jerk, and will you forgive me for being that way?" And the third piece is commitment. What are you going to do about it? It's very simple. What will you do or not do? I often tell a story about a CEO standing up in front of their staff or their team and saying, "I just want everyone to know that I recognize that I've been a horse's ass all year." And they look at each other and go, "Yep, that's what we say every time you leave the room. And you guys have a great day. You guys go on, keep rowing, do whatever you need to do." See, the problem with this formula is you can't leave any of these parts out and have true reconciliation. So recognition alone doesn't work. 2 out of the 3 don't even work. It's one of my secret formulas, and just like any other good recipe, it won't work without all the ingredients. Spend some time writing down and thinking about these 3 steps. You've got to go through the recognition of what's not working, owning up, apologizing, asking for forgiveness, and being clear about your commitment of what you're going to do or not do to repeat the behavior. And if you do, allowing other people to come forward and say, "Hey, I noticed you were doing that thing you said you weren't going to do." And then be humble enough. This is a tough thing, but be humble enough to say, "You know what, you're right, I get it." And the more times you're called out, the less likely you are to repeat the offense. The encouragement I want to give you is if you go through these 3 steps to reconciliation and you give people permission to call you out, be humble when they do. It's tough, right? Because our natural tendency is to be defensive. One of the things that I hate more than anything else in life is a sense of entitlement from someone feeling or sensing or believing that they're better than anyone else. We all have skills, abilities, and talents. What I find is a sense of entitlement to some degree underneath shows a large sense of self-doubt and insecurity. So just realize if you get some of that pushback, guys, if you're calling people out in the process, that they're going to feel defensive, you would too, naturally. Just be open to being humble and be open to realizing that this is a process to reconcile your relationships.